Hello, my name is Isabella, and today we'll be taking a special look into issue number 52 of the 1998 Daredevil comic series. This issue was published November 15th, 2003. David Mack is credited as the writer, artist, and color artist. Corey Petit is credited for lettering, and the cover art is also by David Mack. To summarize the story, in this comic, we get a special look into the character of Echo, aka Maya Lopez. There's a heavy focus on the romantic relationship between Daredevil and Echo, as well as Mr. Fisk's role in Maya's life. The art style is more of a realistic and serious painterly style, sometimes accompanied by pencil sketches. There's a mix of classic panel styling and collage style. The style throughout the comic is very inconsistent. Majority of the time we see realistic body proportions, but sometimes there's exaggerated proportions and facial expressions used for certain characters, such as Mr. Fisk. For the intended audience, I believe that the creators wanted to create a well-rounded, strong female character with a diverse background and unique life experience to give everyone a look into what life would be like in other people's shoes. So for that reason, I believe the intended audience may be someone who is open-minded about seeing other people's life experience, someone who is drawn to strong female characters, and most of all, someone who is into comics, and specifically action-style superhero comics, since this is in the Daredevil series. The main argument being made is that family and relationships can have a profound impact on a person's life. Other important claims include that personal connections and support are important, the past is important, but it does not define you, and last but not least, no two people see the world through the same lens. The specific rhetorical devices that I will be focusing on for this analysis are number 1, choice of moment, 2, character design, specifically inner life, and number 3, balance between words and images. By looking into the choices of the writers and artists who created this text, we can better understand how they want their work to be perceived, and in turn, we can gain a more comprehensive understanding of the text. Number 1, choice of moment. Here we can see how the illustrator chooses very specific moments to illustrate. These choices are very significant in shaping how the audience receives the message. First, we see the piano performer playing. Then, we see Maya observing and reacting to this performance. Next, we get a close-up shot of his hands, and lastly, we see Maya herself practicing piano. If the moments were chosen differently, the message would be received differently. For example, if the panels were in a different order, or if one of them was missing, we would not get the whole story. This shows another defining moment in Maya's life. We see how her past experience shapes her as a person without defining her whole existence. We know that she has the ability to play piano, but we don't see her simply as a piano player. We see her as Echo, as Maya Lopez, as a whole well-rounded person. Next, character design, specifically inner life. Within these pages, we learn all about where Maya Lopez comes from. We meet her mother, or at least get to know her as well as Maya herself knows her. We get to know her father and learn about his tragic death and how it shapes Maya. Lastly, we get to know about her upbringing, about how she was raised by her father's business partner, Mr. Fisk. These details give us information about the character, more than just what we see on the surface. Getting to know her inner life helps us understand the development of her character, her motivations, and why she makes the choices that she does. Learning about her upbringing, we understand the main argument of importance of family and relationships because her father has shaped her identity profoundly long after his death. The lasting impact can even be seen by her physical character design with his handprint on her face. Lastly, we have the balance between words and images. This image serves as a great example of how the creator balances words and pictures. Specifically, on this page, we see how words are used to tell a story, giving us the main plot points, where the images are used to show a less direct approach. We see colors and textures, and they tell us how Maya feels, how she experiences these moments. We see emotion, and we get a real sense of what is important. This method of storytelling effectively shows the impact of Maya's past and her connection with others and how they affect her internally and in every part of her life. Overall, these rhetorical devices were very effective with the specific audience because they provide depth and emotion. They catered to the interests and preferences of readers seeking mature storytelling, nuanced character development, and thought-provoking themes within the superhero genre. To sum it all up, the choice of moment in the artwork is crucial as specific images are selected to convey the narrative effectively. These moments, such as the piano player performing and Maya's reaction, shape the audience's perception of the story and the characters. Character design plays a significant role as well, because it reveals Maya's inner life, providing insight into her backstory. Motivations and development are also revealed through this inner life. The balance between words and images in this comic allow for a nuanced storytelling approach, with words conveying plot points, images illustrating emotional depth and significance. This balance effectively showcases the impact of Maya's past and her relationships on her internal world and overall journey. In the end, I really enjoyed this comic. I really enjoyed analyzing it. It required me to dig much deeper into the story than I would have otherwise. I gained a lot of insight into the decisions of the creators, and this will most definitely change how I go into comics in the future. And I also gained a lot of insight into the process that might help me with my own creative processes if I want to write my own comic in the future. Again, I'm Isabella, and this was my analysis of issue number 52 of the Daredevil comic. Thank you.